All right. Sit up. Maxo. Maxo yame. Show me. Hey. Okay. Hey. Up. All right. Swim up. Jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Feet together, knees around. Reverse. Left ankle. Reverse. Knees. Hips. Other ankle around. Reverse. Knees. Hip. Hips around. Reverse. Shoulders. Reverse. Arms around. Reverse. Crossing. Palms up. Over your shoulder. And twisting. Both feet flat. Bend your left foot. So today we'll be going over bunkai of Jiin. So again, my normal disclaimer about bunkai. It's used to understand the kata better, not necessarily to justify the kata, but to understand the mechanics of the kata. So not every single thing always is a great interpretation. That's mostly because of the person teaching ankle up, not necessarily the technique. But the idea is I don't want to pervert the technique to take it away from the kata. The kata is trying to teach something. So I'm trying to keep it in the spirit of what the mechanics of that technique are, not just to make an arbitrary movement that will work better than kata. And so forth. So the hard part I had with this is that Jiin is probably the least in the rotation, the ISKF, and also there's not a really well distributed written text. Shoulders back. So the issue becomes the one point of reference is the Blue Rim JK video. So there's not much that's published outside of that we can go off of. So that will be my dilemma today, is try to hold to that. I don't have a whole lot of other material. Other side, both feet flat. Deep stance. Ankle over. Hands up, hip down. Thank you for Chris and Sierra, who volunteered to be the Tori and Uki, so that there's some type of visual representation other than me beating up the air. So we'll appreciate that. Hands on floor. That will definitely make some of these techniques much more interesting and not just inside my own head. Shoulders back. And head up and down. Left to right. Ear to shoulder. And around. Reverse. And shoot that. Turn on shooting key. Okay, so let's warm up with at least one practice of the kata Jiin, so remember it, and we'll try to close with that as well. So again, the kata is about 5 stances long, 1 stance back, 4 stances forward. It's about 1 stance, 1.5 stances wide. So you want a long, narrow row. So I'm going this way because I try to do it toward the camera, it just doesn't work. Okay, so we'll do what count. Balance, Jiin. Your. Remember, get on barai with the right hand first. Ich. Manjuku. Ni. Sam. Agute. Shi. Oizuki. Go. Rook. Sich. Get on barai. Hach. Shuto. Kyu. Ju. Ki. Han. Takawaku. Ichi. My Gary. Punch, punch. Ni. Samshi. Get on barai. Go. Other side. Takawaku. Rook. Sich. Hach. Kyu. Ju. Okay. Right hand Kensui. Ju. Left hand. Ich. Knee. Okay. Left hand Tate Shute. Going forward. Ichi. Yakuzuki, Kazamizuki, then Maegiri in place. Ni. Sam. Shi. Go. Get on by. Rook. Okay. Right hand. Get on by. Stepping back left foot. Sich. Get on by. Rook. Uchuke. Hach. Left, right. Ki. Ju. Ich. Han. Right. Okay, for the last 2 punches, they're both shoot on. So from here, shoot on, shoot on. Some people do Joda for the first one, but shoot on from both. Yes. Okay. So one of the things that bothers me most about this kata is that you'll do this block after kicking, punch, punch, and then you just block, and then your turn, which really befuddles me. We'll go over a few of those techniques where you do this block and then you just turn, which clearly that block couldn't have been the ending of that opponent. So let's do the first techniques from Yoi, Ich, Ni. Okay, so get on by right hand, left hand Uchuke, and then Manjuke. So for practice, for this bunkai, just your left hand. That's the only thing that matters. Your right hand is part of the kata, but we're not going to use that for this bunkai. So from Yoi, okay. For the right hand, just bring it back to draw hand. First technique, Uchuke. Ich. Left hand Uchuke. Up, okay. Second count, which is actually a half count, step into Heisokudachi, left hand preparing for Gedan Burai. Knee. Open or close, either one. Now stepping left, throwing your hand down, geran barai, kokutsudachi. Sam, kokutsudachi. Back. So your right foot doesn't move here. Okay. Just your left hand. Ich. Ni. Sam. Okay. Now add the right hand. Ich. Ni. Sam. Okay. So for distance perspective, if I'm standing on this blue line, I'm going to block. The left hand is where my chest was. Then I'm going to step to the left, real close. Okay, so this one, we're going to block and strike. So this is not necessarily geran barai here, as much as geran zuki. Okay, so feel like this is geran zuki, and you're blocking with your left hand. Next one, a lot of times in manjuke, when you come up in between, the hands open, and then they close into fists and finishing. So we're going to use that, at least with the left hand. So from here, after we struck them, we're going to open the left hand, and then close it to go geran barai. Okay, if you notice, I'm very close to this blue line the entire time. Okay, so this is where I have Chris and Sierra demonstrate, because obviously I can't show it without an opponent here. So I'm going to put them in spotlight. You mind unmuting yourself, Sierra, so that way they can hear you. All right. Okay. So Sierra, yes, left. Sierra with your left hand to the camera, and Chris with the right hand. So Chris is going to step in Oruzuki, but get really close, like actually try to blow her down. Okay. So Sierra is actually step back, Ushuke, and her right hand is going to punch him in Gedan. Left hand Ushuke, right hand geran barai.
Every time.
Yep. Okay. Yep. As you saw, the right hand goes somewhere. Next thing. Okay. Now, her left hand, as she steps close, go ahead and put your feet together, Sierra, and show how close you get. Okay. Now, your left hand go under his armpit to the back of his neck. Okay. Grab his hoodie with your open hand. Okay. Now, her left foot, kick his leg out and pull him down. Sam. Yes. So the idea is your left foot coming out is going to clip his right leg, and your left hand, when you have his gi, yanking him down. So let's see 3 counts again. Remember, left hand, uchuke. Ready? A little closer, Chris. Get closer. Yeah. Okay. Itch. Knee. Feet together. Now kick his leg out. Sam. Okay. So the idea is, for this technique, the block doesn't hurt, but this punch, gedan works. And then, as you're coming up here, what we can't show on camera is what her left hand's doing because she's too close. That's sticking somewhere. So normally when you come up here, your hand's open. Well, we know the left hand's grabbing, the right hand's stabbing. Okay, and maybe even grabbing as well. And then throwing down. Okay, so Chris, Sierra, see if you can do this 1 count slowly. Okay. Ready? Itch. Feet together, feet together. Yes. Okay. So that right hand really stab at him in the punch and stab at the second technique. Again, 1 count. Itch. When you so for this technique, when your feet together with your hands. So don't reach before you grab. Go ahead as you step up, then reach.
Please.
Yeah, slam your weight into them. Okay. Again. Hajime. Yes, there we go. That gets him off guard better. All right, thank you very much. Let's try that a few times. All right, so, and this is the case where I'm your Tori. Okay, so the idea is that as I'm going to be attacking you, okay, with my right hand. So what you're doing is blocking left hand, punching right hand, okay? And your left leg is gonna clip my right leg as you're stepping in. Ready? So 3 counts. Itch. Okay. Now, under my arm with your left hand. Okay. Knee. Yep. And some. Kick out my right leg. Yeah. So the idea here is 1, 2, grab. Then the left hand does all the work. Left leg. 3. So again, 1. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3. The right hand doesn't do a whole lot of work after first technique. Okay. So again, I will be punching with my right hand, not my left hand. Okay. I apologize, I had it wrong last time. Okay, so you're blocking with your left hand. Itch. Okay. Under my left arm, under my right arm, knee. Yeah, there we go. And then some. So Armando, try to really reach around like you're grabbing the back of your own neck. You're really getting underneath my armpit. Ready? Reset. Itch. Knee. Grab my neck. Pull down some. Make sure you, yeah, that left leg must kick my leg hard, or else you're just yanking my shirt. It's not going to work unless you really kick my weight out. Again, ready? Itch. Knee. Some. So just gonna think when you get up from here, with your left leg, think like you're, yes, like you're doing a really short sweep, okay? 1 count, remember, after you block, your weight comes up here, then your weight shifts aside. So don't do that. Now that you have speed, don't slow down in between. So again, the kata is this, 1, 2. So bring your weight to the front fast. Okay, so think of this as 2 counts, not 3. Ready? The idea is you're tripping out my right leg, or my left leg. Yeah, my right leg. Ready? Itch. And bring your weight forward as you come up before Manjuka. Reset. Okay, so back then forward. Knee. So for here, after you block, don't bring your hands together before your feet come together. Hands and feet come together at the same time. So from here, weight comes together before you turn this side. So don't do this. Same time. Okay. Ready? Itch. Knee. There we go. There we go. So whole thing, 1 count, just boom, boom. Itch. Try to keep your weight as you go low as you go in. So from here, 1, 2. So I'm trying to keep my head below this red line. 1, 2. Keep your weight low. Don't try not to go up. Ready? Knee. Left leg uchiuke, Jessica. Some. Jessica, left hand up. So we go. Yeah, your right hand's down, your left hand's up. Ready? Some. Yes. Good. 1 more. Go. Okay. So that's a very close technique. You're not really getting a whole lot on them when you're doing a punch, but you are throwing them to the ground. So we have something there. Okay, next technique. So I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. Block, strike, punch, block, strike, punch. We've seen that in similar variations, other kata like and Shodan, so I don't want to go over too much. The next one, after you've done the second Orizuki, there's just get on Barai and shoot them. That one's not too complicated. I do have that one, but I don't want to go over it where you're just blocking a kick and then stepping in, striking to the neck. But so the rhythm becomes more of 1, 2. So I think that one we can practice on your own. Okay, so the next one. Again, I was talking about a technique when you're just key-eyed, and all of a sudden you do this slow turn, and you kick, punch, punch. So 2 questions here. Why are we turning slow, and how are we kicking them, where are we kicking them? So the first one of my disclaimers for kata. Kata teaches rhythm, and that rhythm, generally we try to keep through for bunkai, but this one I'm going to vary it because if I do this slowly turning, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get hit. Okay, so my belief is this is just teaching body mechanics. So we're going to break this into 2 techniques. So instead of doing just straight kakiwaku uke, double hand at the same time, we're going to do 2 moves and then bring them together so they look like kakiwaku uke. So the first one, just turning, kind of just this kind of sideways strike for uchu uke. Instead of with your knuckles away from you, your knuckles toward you. So from here, just turn, strike. Okay. So next, at the same time, in addition to turning, striking, we're going to feel like we're striking with the other hand. So this is the rhythm. Kind of just striking with your left hand and striking with your right hand at the same time. So that's going to be the rhythm, obviously faster than the kata. And now to demonstrate that, let's show Chris and Sierra. So I'm just going to give them the whole spotlight because this one's a little easier to explain. All right. We might have to put you guys on mute because there's a lot of feedback. Yeah, so are you on mute?
No, but that could be.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so Sierra, right hand toward the camera, shoot, okay. Okay, so now, Sierra, which direction are you most likely is someone going to sneak up from you? Behind you. Okay, so she doesn't have a visibility. So now Chris is going to go up behind Sierra and a right hand grab her collar, like grabbing her. And he's going to just do a haymaker and try to slam her in the back of the head. Okay, so that's what happens. So the moment Sierra feels that, turn around, just striking his left hand. So without throwing a punch, go ahead and do that first, Sierra. So itch. Okay, so that's just kind of break that. Now that's not going to help if Sierra, if Chris throws a haymaker. Most likely if someone's going to grab you, they're grabbing you to strike you. So the next move, now Sierra, can you guys rotate 90 degrees so the camera can see? So Sierra facing your couch. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so move forward a little. Yeah, there we go. So first move, Chris grab. So this time, Sierra, both moves at the same time. Itch. Okay, so they may not always catch the haymaker, but at least, prevent something from coming toward the head. Okay, now, Armando, here's your question you've been asking. As close as they are, how are we going to kick them? So let me switch the camera back to me to give some perspective with my lines. So thank you. All right. Okay, so again, so the idea is over here, and this blue line represents someone attacking me. Let's say I cut their arm and caught it right here and blocking. So which means that they're about this distance. Okay, so in other words, their head's right about on the end of this. Okay, so let's say 1, 2. Okay. I don't see a way which I can step in and kick without my knee getting in the way, because right now their chest is right here. I just can't bring my foot up. I just can't, if their head is where that red hat is, I just can't get up there without crossing the plane of where the torso would be, which would be right here. I just can't get past this without bringing my foot up. So here's my alternative. 1, 2. Instead of trying to straight up kick him, and it'll be so close, I'm gonna do hizagiri. And after they back up a little bit, then I'm gonna kick them and then punch. So their torso is right here, and they're grabbing me. And let's say even closer. So if they grab someone, and they throw a haymaker, because I'm right here, I'm gonna throw my knee into them, kick them as if I get wide, and then throw 2 punches into them. So Chris and Sarah, let's demonstrate that. All right, so this one, let's go back to the original angle you had with Sarah. You were facing the camera, because obviously Chris does not have the room to get kicked into the wall. Okay, so Chris comes up, right hand grabs her collar. Okay, about to throw a haymaker. So quickly, Sarah, kakiwake, okay, Chris try to throw the haymaker. Knee. Okay, now, stepping hizagiri to his chest, and as he backs up, without throwing him to the wall, maigiri to his chest. Knee. Okay. Okay. So after you kick, land, punch, punch. Finish him off. So I understand there's stuff back there, so be careful about how hard you kick him into the wall. Okay, so right hand out, grabbing her collar. Or just, yeah, straight from kakiwake. Yeah, if you want to go straight from kakiwake, that's fine too. Okay, so he's relatively close. So Sierra, show that your knee will make contact, and when you lean in, like just go and hizagiri him in the chest. Okay, so that's about the distance. If she could throw a maigiri if she stayed back, but since we're going in, so go back. Okay, grab again. Yeah, right there. Okay, hizagiri, maigiri, oizuki, yakuzuki. Ich, ni, samshi. Okay, so you're making distance by kneeing them in the chest and then following up. Okay, so let's try that. Thank you very much. So again, from here, this blue line is generally where their arms are. The block, strike him in the chest, kick him in the chest, catch him on the way down. So let's try that. So again, you're doing 2 techniques, two techniques in 1 move. Striking, then kicking. Okay. In the Blue Room video, he really travels a lot with maigiri. So that's my belief why by the time he throws hizagiri, his hips are past his foot. So he's really, it's not back here, it's way over. So his weight's ahead of himself. So let's try that. So facing away from the camera, let's start with on the Ki Shuto Jodan. Okay. So in the kata, obviously this turns 45, but we're going to do straight to the camera. Okay, so four counts. Uchi, uchi, kakiwake, okay, but feel like it's 2 strikes. Ready? Ich. Okay. Knee is throwing your knee at them and the kick. And then samshi is maigiri. Oizuki and yakuzuki. Ready? Knee. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. I really can't break up count number 2 into 2 counts just because gravity won't let me do that. So ready? Which? Knee. Samshi. Good. You're covering a lot of distance with that kick because after you throw that knee in their chest, they're going to move back. You're just ramming them with your knee. Ready? Which? Knee. Samshi. Good. Feel like you really, from here, throw your knee up, not just bring your knee up. Feel like you kind of ram them with the knee, like you're tackling them with your knee. Ready? Which? Knee. Samshi. Good. Really follow up that kick, throwing that oizuki, like you're chasing them down. 1 count, whole thing. Like you're chasing someone across the room. Which? Ready? Reset. knee. Ooh. Feel like the knee comes first, and after you're done moving, flick the foot out, try to push them away. So you really you're ramming them with your knee, you're shoving them with your foot. Ready? Some. Good. Reset. Sheet. One more. Go. Yeah, man. All right. Okay. Any questions about that interpretation? I'm sure there are others. I couldn't find one that would teach well on camera without someone to beat up a whole lot on. Okay. So again, that's very similar to what we see in hand Godan. See hand Godan? Or no, sorry, hand Yandan. Where you're in back stance. I'm sorry, hand Godan. And his hand Yandan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So very similar to that technique. In this case, that one you start from back stance. There's a little more liberty where you kick from. Okay, so next one. After you've done the second one, 1, 2, 3. Then you do this. Lock, and then just turn. So again, I had that question of, well, if I just block somebody, why am I not finishing them off? Why am I just turning? I just, especially if I'm standing still. And let's say even just strikes one, standing still, striking them in a very short technique. One techniques that happen within this range. This I don't see really doing a whole lot of damage, but what comes next might do some damage. So the idea here is you just kick someone in the chest, punch, and their buddy doesn't like it, and just coming after you. You block them, and then you do something with them. So, and this is again what I'm demonstrating. So what I want to point out here is distance from camera. So after I've done this, I'm going to go toward the camera and watch my weight come towards you the entire time. Okay, so my weight's moving. Even though I'm turning, basically, let's see, about 315 degrees. I'm 45 degrees from here, and I'm turning all the way. I'm going toward the camera the entire time. So this is where I'm going to put Chris and Sarah on camera again to understand this technique. All right. So thank you, Chris and Sarah. All right. Okay. So again, the idea is that Sarah just with her left leg punted someone, left hand, right hand. So she just nailed someone there. Okay. So now Chris number 2 doesn't like that and comes sliding in left foot, right hand, Yakusuki. Itch. Okay, right there. Okay. Again. So going back. So Sierra just going to get on Barai. So for the Yakusuki Shotokan. So Sierra is with her left hand, throw it down to block his right hand. We get on Barai, and her right hand is going to kind of Irazuki Chris in the chest or the face, one or the other. Okay. Itch. Shoot on Chris. Yeah. Okay. So you can't see it, but Sierra's fist is somewhere on Chris's chest. Okay, right there. Collarbone would be great. That's a real weak spot. So that's not going to stop him. The next part will. So Sierra, you get your left foot forward, right? Correct. So with your right hand, grab his lapel. Yeah. Right hand, grab his lapel. Okay. Now you're going to spin with your right leg, which means you're going into Chris. You're going to shift your left side of your hip into Chris. So go halfway in, itch. Okay. Turn your left shoulder into Chris's torso. Okay. So her right hand is where Irakin starts. It's about to swing over. Except instead of Irakin, her right leg is going to swing out, and her right arm is going to go across. Now plant that left leg because Chris is going to go over your left leg, but don't throw him into the bookshelf. Ready? Knee. Yeah. So the idea is you slam him in the collar, and then you're just taking for a long throw. This is a 315-degree turn. So you have a lot of time to generate energy. So let's do that. 2 counts again. So Sierra, can you do it with your left hand to the camera and Chris's right hand to the camera? Kind of shift 90 degrees. So Chris, back up a little bit. Not to the chair. Get closer to the camera. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so back up a little, Chris. Okay, so sliding in right hand. Itch. Okay, so that one, see her right hand's by his chin. Right hand grab. Okay, put your left shoulder into his torso. Step in, knee. Okay, now watch her left leg while her right leg swings. Some. So the idea is if you keep your ear can close to your ear until you finally swing, you're basically bringing them over your shoulder. At the last moment, as you step out in the stance, you're throwing them over your high leg. So that'll be a reap. So this is not necessarily a hip throw as much as a reap throw. You're just getting close to them, and then you're taking them with you for a spin. And as you step out, you bring them over your leg. So in this case, that's the kintsugi, is the kind of bringing your arm up. So can you do it in 1 count without destroying something in the house, whether it be Chris or the furniture? Okay, let's try that. Okay. So again, Chris, initiate when you want, right hand or yakuzuki. That works too. Swing your left hand around his hip to really throw him if you want to do a hip throw. Okay, so try again. Try to do 1 continuous count. So block and immediately go in. So at the moment you block, start going into him. Okay, there we go. So she's opting for a hip throw by swinging her left hand around his back. So and that would be in the kata too. You know, after you do, you kind of bring your left hand out. I'm sorry, I'm not on camera, but you bring your left hand out before you do it. Either one works. I think that works better for the small amount of space because if she does a straight reap, he's flying horizontally about 1 body length. All right, so let's try that. So the idea here, thank you very much. So the idea here is you're not just turning and then striking, but the idea is from here, you're really exploding out. So you really, this technique, this right hand gets close. Sorry, this right hand gets close and then really yanks a lot of weight. So if you can do that, like you're yanking someone's weight, that kintsugi would be devastating. Okay, and also that requires your left leg to be anchored very well, so you can throw them over your leg. So again, let's try this again. Only 2 moves. Just get under eye, left hand, Uzuki right hand. So let's start from left leg forward. So instead of straight at the camera, turn to your right a little bit. Okay, so right hand yakuzuki starting. Okay, so first technique, get under eye, right hand, Uzuki. Itch. Okay, reset. Knee. Reset. Thumb. Okay, now bring your weight to your left leg, but bring your right hand to your ear. So I'm basically shoving my left shoulder into the camera. So from here, 1. Okay. So let's try that. So 2 counts. First count, block straight. Second count, bring your weight forward. So you're really shoving your left shoulder into the camera. Okay. So Yuko, rotate 180. Yep, there we go. Ready? Jessica, rotate 180. Put your left thigh to the camera. There we go. Okay, so my left thigh, patch side is toward the camera. Ready? So yakuzuki, itch, knee. Okay. I want you to get to feel like you're really throwing your weight leftward, so the spin becomes much more powerful. Ready? Yakuzuki, itch, knee. Now spin out hard like you're trying to throw someone. If you have someone on your shoulder with your hand, you might want to back up from the camera. This is a very powerful spin. So again, from the beginning, 3 counts. Yakuzuki, itch, knee, thumb. Your left leg should anchor very hard. Reset, left leg, left thigh to the camera. Ich, knee, thumb. Ooh, getting close to the camera each time. Okay. This time 2 counts. So from here, 1, 2. Really explode on that kintsugi, like you're trying to yank someone off the ground. Okay, Yakuzuki right hand. Ich, knee. Reset, right hand Yakuzuki. Ich, knee. Okay. So the idea from here, remember, we'll do it this way. If my right foot's on this cross, from here, I'm going to get as small as possible before I rotate out. And then when I rotate, then get big. So from here, make sure, tuck in, get small, and explode out. So don't try to have this large movement. You're bringing from here, you bring your elbows to your chest and your knees together and your heels together. And then you're going to bring your feet far apart in Kubidashi. So small, large. That's the explosion in the spin. Go through a tight radius, explode out to a large radius. Okay. So I'm going to face the camera for this one. Actually, let me do it the other way where I'm facing sideways so you can see the rotation. So again, I'm going to have my back toward the camera so you see the spin. Okay. So my left foot is the one that's anchored. Yakuzuki. Ich, knee. Reset. Ich, knee. Okay. Now, try it 1 count. Okay. So whatever angle you want to go, I'm just doing it so you can see the rotation. So I get real tight under this blue line and explode out. Okay. So I'm facing rear corner because I'm 315-degree turn. I'm going to go that way. Ready? Ich, knee. Small, tight, explode out like you're ripping someone off their feet. Okay. 1 count. Ich. Remember, striking them, grabbing them, spinning into them, and then the second part, yanking them over your leg. Okay, so you're holding their collar, and you're bringing their collar across laterally. That means their hips can go over your leg. Okay, ready? 1 count. Some. Really plant that left leg. You're rotating hard off that left leg. Set. Sheet. Feel like you're yanking more than you're striking. If you move your body that fast, you strike very hard. Last one. Go. All right. Okay. So one more. This one, I always have this fear, like when someone does mawashi, I just, you back away, it just doesn't work well. So someone just starts throwing mawashi gary, they're gonna get me to distance and then come after me. So I've come to a point in time, if I see someone starting to do mawashi, I'm gonna try to go inside in their rear leg. At least stuff the technique. So the idea, if someone's throwing mawashi, I'm gonna like literally just try to go in on them. So this is a little bit risky of a move. So all disclaimers, Chris and Sierra have not done this yet, so they might not do too well. So the technique I'm working on, after we just did this, first hammer fist, the next one, rotate backwards and rotate forwards. So the idea is your right leg forward Kubidashi, and all of a sudden, you spin and do kintsugi backwards, and then you're second in kintsugi again. So, Chris and Sierra, pop quiz. Let's see how this works. All right, put a spotlight on you guys. All right. So for the first one, Chris, you have face camera. Sierra, face Chris, right leg forward. Okay, so Chris, right leg forward. Okay. So Chris, from in place, try to throw a Kazami Mawashi towards Sierra's head. Like, show your distance. So just in place, or maybe no, right leg. So push off your back leg and see if you can throw right leg towards you. There we go. So Sierra, with this one, so you're here, right? Okay. I want you to, with your right hand, kind of make a guard, step in. Your left hand, try to strike him in the face. So your right hand is kind of the short block. Okay. Yep. Boom. Yes. Okay. So very risky move, but if they're going to you, the worst thing you can get is your shoulder. Now, if he's kicking high, then obviously you want your hand high. Okay. So for this one, Chris is kicking shoot on level. So just pinch up a sotoke near your ribs and spin in. So starting kiburashi shira. Like taekwondo stance. Okay. So remember, you're going to spin in. Okay. So the moment Chris starts throwing a kick, spin in and try to land a kensui in his ear. Ready? Itch. Boom. Okay. Okay. So somewhere in there, something's catching. Okay. So let's try that again. And then neat. Okay. So don't worry about trying to block. Just spin out. Just worry about spinning. Flip your head around fast enough so you can see him before you go. Like before you finish spinning. Yeah, there you go. Oh, see, now you get closer to his head because he was still kind of leaning back. Next one. Okay, so after you do that technique, stop where you are when you have the left hand kensui. Okay, so you do that again and stop at that point in time. Ready? Itch. Okay, now. So he's very close, right? So really, it's kind of hard to strike him. So you knocked him in the head a little bit. Now with your right hand, reach up and grab his shoulder. Okay, keep spinning forward and then drag him down. Yep. So the idea is from here. So you've done this. Your right leg forward. One. So watch the camera, Sarah. So after you've struck him, kind of throw a hook to his head, then pull him down. So left hand kensui, right hand hook, and pull him down. So 2 punches to his left ear. 1 left hand pinky, right hand hook, and down.
So this is the step in technique and not the second turning around technique.
Yeah, so you just did the backwards turn. Now you do a forwards turn. So if you do this right, you'll spin twice real quick. You won't stop spinning if you do this correctly. You don't have enough room to do it fast, but the idea is from here, Sierra. That's the idea. I do understand you have limited room. So let's try that. Left leg. Yeah, you're correct. No, you're correct. So spin, guard with the right, slam with the left, and then punch him in the ear with your right hand again when you tornado. Ready? Itch. And then continue right hand to his ear, slam him in the ear. Just punch him in the head, like hook punch. Yep. Yeah. And then, by the time you're done, you drag him down. So either way, you don't have to drag him down, but you hit him twice in the left ear, he's not going to feel too good. So let's try that. See if you can do it quick, because the count is like this. So from here, 1, 2. See if you can do that. So what you're doing is this. 1, 2. That's really the end of your technique after you hook them in the head. So 1, 2. This is optional. 3. Hajime. Yes. So obviously the stance is a little varied. The distance matters. This works better if someone's got a really long Kazami washi. So let's try that. This one's real hard because it's more timing than it is distance. But the idea is, thank you very much. So the idea is let's say someone's standing on the cross, and right now they could Kazami me right in the face. So if I was standing right here, so no, so my torso is centered on here. So right about where that door angle is. So if I'm standing right here, they could quite possibly kick me in the chest. So again, from here, boom, right on the head. And if they're leaning back from washi, I'll definitely get them in the nose. Then from here, hook punch the face. And Sui is an optional grab. So 2 punches in their left ear. So obviously that's not exactly the bunkai. I'm sorry, that's not exactly the kata, but the timing is this. So from here, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's the 3, 4 real quick transition. So let's start right leg forward. Kensui. Okay. Let's do, for the sake of this exercise, Kazamizu. Come on. Okay. So again, you're going to swing in, left hand Kensui backwards. Okay. First count. Itch. Reset. Remember, you're trying to beat their foot landing for the kick. So this needs to be a quick technique. Knee. Then thumb. Okay. So next technique, this is where we bury sight from the kata. 1, 2. That's optional. That's what the kata is, Kensui, the third Kensui. But for this one, we're more worried about the hook punch to the face. So just disclaimer, in the video for the Kensuis, they come under. Okay. So you could do that too. Rib cage punch, but that's really hard to show in this video. So I'm gonna go for head punch, the high Kensui. Okay, so right forward. Okay, 2 counts. First count, left hand Kensui. Second count, Jodan Kagazuke or Shudan Kagazuke. Either one's fine. Ready? Itch. Knee. That's the finish. So remember, it's Kensui, not Iriken. So the technique, striking pinky side eventually. So the first one, when you're striking left hand, Kensui to the ear. The final one, right hand Kensui. Okay, let's try that a few times. 1 count, 2 techniques. Try to make them quick. So if you're striking them twice. Okay, first one made them dizzy. Second one put them down. Right leg forward. Ready? Itch. Yes. Ready? Knee. Yes, there you go. Good, Armando. I don't know how you have enough room for this. I barely have enough room starting at the wall. Some. Good. She. Good, good, good. So remember, not Iriken, Kensui. So it's kind of a slamming feeling, an ate feeling. Last one. Go. All right. So just remember, the kata, the technique does come under the arm for the Kensuis. For the Shutos, it comes over the shoulder. So for the purposes of this exercise, I found it easier to demonstrate hitting high versus kind of hitting low. Okay, let's do the kata one last time before we finish. That way we make sure we have the kata down. So make sure you have room. Remember, 1 stance back, 4 stance forward. Balance, Jiin. What count? Your Itch. Knee. Some. Shi. Go. Hook. Switch. Hatch. Q. Q. Itch. Hum. Knee. Thumb. Shi. Go. Hook. Switch. 8、9、10、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、1、2、3、4、や、3! Come on. Right. Right. Okay. So hopefully that bunkai at least added some strength to some techniques. Any questions before we finish class? Right. Right. So that. Maxo. Maxo Yame. Dojo-kun. Seek perfection of character. Be faithful. Endeavor. Respect others. Refrain from violent behavior. Show me. Right? Okay. Right?